Hello, I am Jack Silvers, the author of Biopsies of the Bible. In the field of laboratory medicine, when we reach a conflict, we normally go back to the basics to see if we could figure out what we've assumed wrongly. In this video, I'd like to discuss the notion of emergence of a Messiah in Judaism. In the entire 5 books of Moses, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, the Numbers, and Deuteronomy, there is not a mention of a Messiah. At the end of the book of Deuteronomy, there is a mention of an era at which Ata, meaning in Hebrew you in a singular term, will realize the value and credibility of the laws of Moses and follow them. The verses states that you, again in a singular term, will be gathered to the promised land. The continuing verses state that don't even think that these laws are too hard for you to be able to observe, that you need someone to go across the sky or across the ocean to pave the way. So why is there a notion of emergence of a person as Messiah in Judaism? In Talmud Berachot, page 6a, opinions of a number of rabbis are mentioned, as opposed to the video titled Biopsies of the Bible core message, in which the opinion of Rav Yosef and the associated braita that supports him is mentioned. In this Talmud of Berachot, page 6a, the opinion of a number of rabbis are mentioned about demons and genies surrounding human beings and affecting their daily affairs. It starts off by the opinion of a rabbi by the name Abba Ben Yamin, who states that if humans were able to see these demons and genies, they wouldn't be able to function. Another rabbi by the name Abaye states that there are a lot more demons and genies around each human being or in the world than the number of human beings. They state that the wear and tear on the clothing of people who don't even really work hard is because of the friction of these demons and genies. It states that the weakening of the knees is because of the burden of these demons and genies. The bruises that appear on one's legs without any cause are because of the demons and genies. It's stated that no, we cannot see them, but you can throw some ashes around your bed at night, and in the morning when you wake up, you'll be able to see the footprint, rooster-like footprints. And the thinking was that these demons and genies have rooster-like footprints, and this is a proof that there are demons and genies around you at night. They even say that if that's not enough, you can grind the grilled placenta of a firstborn black female cat who's born of who's born of a black female cat. You grill it, grind it, and pour it into your eye, and then you'll be able to see the demons and genies. And make sure that you seal up this powder, because demons and genies can be after this to come and get them. It's stated that a rabbi tried this experiment and he was able to see the demons and genies, but he got sick and the rabbis prayed for him and he was cured. Yes, the rabbis of the Talmud, even the prominent ones who've written amazingly logical texts of the Talmud, and I can tell they weren't schizophrenic based on the other laws they've written, they felt helpless. They felt being affected and being overwhelmed by demons and genies surrounding them. People who have such mindset, it's quite plausible that they would read the text of Deuteronomy and as that there will be somebody to come and lead the way and bring on this messianic era. They didn't see to themselves that each and each one of them is meant to be their own Messiah, to figure out the value and credibility of the laws of Moses. And the rabbis before them, who lived in even a darker age than they did, must have felt the same. And this notion has passed along that, yes, there will be a Messiah emerging. I invite you to read the text yourself. I go over the whole notion of Messiah in my book in the chapter of King Solomon. Just to not to be biased and to explain misinterpretations. When I moved to the US, I was startled that the devil had horns and had red eyes. This was a novel notion because I didn't know of this back in Iran. In my book, I wrote a chapter, and a large segment of the chapter is devoted to explaining signs and symptoms of syphilis involving a prominent Jewish figure. Involving a prominent Jewish figure. Individuals who have congenital syphilis, they develop bony prominences anytime in their lifetime, usually starting childhood on, and they can certainly have bulges on their scalp. Bulges that can appear as a small horn. Children who have congenital syphilis, they develop red eyes, and a few months to a year or so after, they go blind. It's plausible that such people that would appear as weird and be as devil. Children with congenital syphilis develop psychiatric disorders, whether it be personality issues or just being totally psychotic. And an individual with bulges on the scalp, red eyes, and having psychiatric issues could certainly be labeled as the devil. Demons in the Western world are promoted as having like a bulldog jaw with bizarre teeth or missing teeth. Children with congenital syphilis have a prominent jaw because their whole maxillary bone is shrunken, so the jaw appears as a bulldog jaw. Their teeth are damaged in utero because of the inflammation of the syphilis. So they have bizarre teeth, and they end up losing their teeth in childhood or teen years. These children have deep wrinkles around their mouth and eyes and all over their face, and they look bizarre and demon-like. So in the Western world, demons and devils were perhaps individuals with congenital syphilis, and this notion has been passed along. I had not thought of this association until recently. I was visiting a restaurant in New York City, and I saw these human heads with horns and bizarre teeth stuck on the wall. And I was like, oh my God, now I know where did this notion of devil in the Western world comes from. I invite you to cling to the truth, and let's go back to the basics, starting with yourself, and read the text one more time to see if we could be wrong about the emergence of a Messiah. And the text is clearly talking about you yourself realizing the values of these laws and following them. Do I expect to change the world again? As I mentioned in the video of core message, my dad used to think that the earth was flat when I was in the 3rd grade, and today he doesn't even remember a time that he used to think the earth was flat. With continuous caring education for ourselves and our loved ones, we'll be able to have an impact in the world and make it a peaceful, happier, healthier world for ourselves and our children. Thank you.